Today's topic is weight loss.
Weight loss. Let's talk about the benefits of Fallout first.
Yes, I think it's amazing. I can't imagine my life without it.
Fallout First is a monthly subscription to the Fallout 76 world, which gives you a bunch of additional benefits. It's $12.99 a month, and you don't need it. You can play the game without it. But one of the things that you get every month is 1,650 atoms to spend in the Atomic Shop. And there's new stuff coming out in the Atomic Shop all the time. Some of it's just junk, but there are things that are actually useful. They have new shelters, they have new allies, and various other things. But one of the things that you get in Fallout First is an ammo storage box, which you see I have highlighted here where it says First, and also a scrap box. These are two items that store goods that otherwise would take up weight in your regular stash. You are allowed to have 1,200 pounds of stuff in your stash. So this here happens to be a stash. And you can see over on the right, I currently have 1,149 out of 1,200 pounds taken. And that's a problem. If you are also storing junk and ammo in your stash, then that's a lot of weight. And you need ammo to kill things, and you need junk to make things. So having a scrap box allows you to pick up all of this junk, which you see over on the left, walk over to your scrap box, and just deposit it all.
A scrap box is life-changing.
And it has unlimited amounts of storage. This is the ammo box, and for somebody like Lisa who's a heavy gunner, the ammo is very heavy. So take, for example, mini nukes. If you look in the center there, it tells you that each mini nuke weighs 6 pounds. So 22 mini nukes has a total stack weight of 132 pounds. Lisa has a maximum carry weight on her person of 230 pounds. And she's currently using 170 pounds of it with armor and guns and food and stuff like that. So she couldn't possibly carry very many mini nukes. What else is heavy? Cannonballs, there's another 34 pounds.
Yes.
Missiles, that's another 78 pounds. Railway spikes, another 107 pounds. So as a heavy gunner, a bandolier, Perk will cause your ammo to weigh 90% less. That's cool. That helps a lot. Makes it a lot easier to carry a lot more ammo. You can also get Strong Back, which adds at the basic level plus 10 to carry weight, but as you level the card up, you can get up to plus 40 in carry weight. So that's also very helpful.
And the other one is Pack Rat.
Pack Rat allows you to carry at level 3, allows you to carry junk and have it weigh 75% less. So you can carry a lot more junk with you as you're running around doing stuff before you get back to the scrap box.
Tent. Yeah.
So we were talking about Fallout First. Now, Fallout First, I think it's totally worth the money. You get some really great benefits that make the game a lot more fun to play. It's less grinding and more fun.
Yeah, because such a huge part of this game is tending to your camp and to all of your gear. So you don't want to spend the whole time doing maintenance. There are two main things that people are interested in Fallout. One is running around and killing shit. And the other part is building your camp. People take building their shelters really seriously. We've seen some out-of-this-world camps. So that's what you really want to spend your time on. You want to build your amazing camp, and you want to go out and kill things. You don't want to spend your entire time doing maintenance. Every few minutes, you hear us saying things like, oh my god, why am I so fat?
Yeah, because when you are overweight, you can no longer run, and moving fast drains action points. You're basically exhausted because you're carrying too much weight.
And you can't fast travel.
Yeah.
And that's a problem, because if you just ran an event on the other side of the map, even if you're not overweight, to walk that entire distance would take hours. However, if you've just completed an event and you're overweight with all the amazing stuff that you picked up, you can, ta-da, magically summon your tent. And the tent comes with scrap box, stash box, a place to sleep so you can be rested, a place to play a musical instrument so you can be well tuned, and a cooking station.
So if you just run an event, you can pop over here and kick off your survival tent. You can scrap anything that you might have. You can stash anything that you might have. And you can cook anything that you might have. Cooking is another way to reduce weight. If you have raw ingredients.
Yes, every chance that I get, I cook all of my food into actual recipes, into actual meals.
When you're looking in your Pip-Boy, which is the view that you're seeing right now, you can sort So I'm on a PlayStation, so it's left 3, which is clicking the left thumbstick. So you can see that it changes in the bottom there. So now I'm sorting by weight, stack weight, or spoilage, because I'm looking at food, or nothing, or value. Weight will show you the things sorted by their individual weight, but when you're looking at groups of things like food, stack weight is more important. Food, ammunition, anything that you have a collection of, and you would be surprised how much some things weigh. For example, 10 stim packs here have a stack weight of 6. You might be carrying 150 stim packs, and you think, oh, I need to carry 150 stim packs because
I use them.
But you don't really need to. You can carry 10, and that's going to get you through any battle, and then you can pull them back out of your stash. 150 stim packs is, I can't do the math, but it's like a lot.
It's like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, people rarely check the weight of food and aid.
Yeah.
And also the section on notes where we have plans and letters, we think that they weigh 0 because they're just pieces of paper or they're digital plans. But that's not so, is it?
Not always. Things that are tied to the game will weigh 0 because they want you to carry them around. But plans, so here's a plan, a sharpened gulper smacker. That weighs 1/4 pound. If you're carrying around a bunch of plans that you already know, that might be 10 pounds worth of paper that you're carrying. So ditch them. Give them to a low-level player, put them in your vending machine to sell, or learn them. So plan for a gulper head. There's another 1/4 pound. Let's talk about power armor. Power armor itself will give you a slight boost in carry weights. So if I just take my power armor and deploy it and get into it, now I can carry 220 pounds worth of stuff.
Nice.
It's an additional 40 pounds, and now I'm no longer over encumbered. So at this point, I could fast travel back to my camp and have no issues.
Get power armor. Power armor chassis are all over Appalachia. A lot of buildings have them, and you can just pick them up. If you're just starting on your journey and you're somewhere between level 10 and 50 or 10 and 75, there's a story mission that's called Minor Miracles. The point of the mission is to show you where to get armor and how to build attachments for it.
All right, here is my Raider power armor. Now when I look at it, you see that I'm given the option to transfer, enter, or collect. Collect will move it back into my inventory. If I say transfer, then I can swap the components of the power armor itself. So there's right arm, left leg, right leg, and torso. Torso weighs 10 pounds. Right leg weighs 9 pounds. Left leg weighs 9 pounds. Left arm weighs 7.5 pounds, and the right arm weighs 7.5 pounds. So that's 15. Oh, and the helmet weighs another 7.5 pounds. 22.5. Fusion core is 25.5. 34.5. 43.5. 54 pounds of individual items.
And that's if you actually have just one left arm, one right arm, one left leg, one right leg. But most of the time you end up with like 5 versions of each if you run any kind of events at all, because you get them as rewards or you pick them up as you're running missions. So a lot of times you'll pick up power armor pieces and you're like, why am I so heavy? That's why.
Instead of carrying them around individually, put them into a power armor chassis, and you can see now that that power armor chassis itself, with all of those 50 some odd pounds of stuff in it, weighs 7.5 pounds.
That's amazing. That's a huge one.
So carrying a set of power armor around with you is helpful. In particular, the Excavator power armor,
which is what you get. That's what you build after completing the Minor Miracles mission.
What did my other one give me? 220? Took me up to 220,
it was 220,
right?
Yep.
This gives me 320.
Wow. Holy
So
cow, I didn't realize it was that much.
it's 100 pounds of stuff. Now, the Excavator power armor has very low damage resistance. It's not designed for combat, but it is absolutely worth carrying around, especially if you don't play with power armor.
Yeah, so like we keep saying, for an event, you jump into a public event, just make sure to have this with you so that you can teleport back to your camp at the end of the event with all of the loot that you just got as rewards for running the event. Fusion cores is what power armor runs on. So I have a problem with fusion cores because of weight, because I have maybe 17 or 18 fully charged fusion cores at all times, and I carry like 4 of them with me and stash the rest. But I also have like 8 or 9 fusion cores that have a micromillimeter of charge in them, and they still weigh the same.
That's true.
And I can't scrap them. So what's the deal?
So you can see that I also have 18 fully charged fusion cores. I have 2 that are half charged, and I have 1 that has a fraction of a charge. But there were a bunch that didn't have very much. I knew that I wasn't going to be in an event or doing anything where I was going to be collecting a bunch of materials, and I might just be collecting ammo. So I took all of those fusion cores out of my inventory, put them, they're out of my stash, put them in my inventory, and then put my power armor on and ran around with it. When you have multiple fusion cores, it will automatically swap in the next fusion core of the smallest size. So it'll burn through all of those tiny ones before it gets to the fully charged ones.
Okay. And is there a way to charge them?
Sort of.
Sort of. I love those answers.
Yeah. There's a perk where energy damage, so somebody shoots you with a laser, has a chance to recharge your fusion core, but only the one that you have currently equipped in your power armor, and it's only a chance. There's another mission which can recharge your fusion cores as well, but the problem is if you have that perk, you have to exit your power armor, take out your fusion core, put in a different fusion core, get back in your power armor, go get shot with a bunch of lasers, exit your power armor, swap your fusion cores, and people are like, that's just stupidly tedious. And they're right. There it is. All right. If you're using power armor and you want to be able to just recharge fusion cores like you put pods in your coffee maker in your house, that might be worth $30. The cool thing about Fallout 76 is that all of the DLCs for it are free. They just happen. They take the servers offline for a few hours, they update the servers, and then you have to download a big update, and then you get the next DLC. And so every few months, when they have a new season, you've got a new DLC, and it's free. So there's no reason to buy things like the Pit Recruitment Bundle, except that it comes with some stuff. It comes with some paint, comes with a plushie, comes with some more paint, cool. But it also comes with a fusion core recharger. And I ran into this for the first time yesterday. There was, and that guy that had the crazy camp.
Oh, that guy had an amazing camp. Beautiful.
And he had a fusion core recharger. And I was like, what the heck is that?
It was an asteroid.
No, the asteroid was just radioactive. Next to it, he actually had a thing. It's like a machine. You put your fusion cores into it.
Oh, wow.
And
he also had an asteroid.
He did also have an asteroid, yeah, that created radiation. So you can recharge your fusion cores all day long. And maybe that's worth $30. The other option is just drop fusion cores on the ground if they're too small because you don't care and they're not worth the 3 pounds or whatever that you're having to spend to carry them around.
When we were young pups, we were level 12 or 17.
Just like 2 weeks ago.
Yes. Big level players, top level players would run up to us and just drop loot and like shoot at it to show us like pick this up. And we were just so overwhelmed. It was amazing. It was like Christmas for us to get a whole bag of stim packs or some guns that we can't get on our own yet, some clothes, like fun outfits and whatever. And they just were giving this stuff away. And now we are in that position when we have so much stuff that it's like you could go to an NPC vendor and sell it all for 1 cap each.
Dude, I just ran that whole mission in my crafting loadout. That's why I was so weak.
Oh!
Anyway, thanks all.
We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Enjoy the game. Stay safe.
Stay skinny.